Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars, where we give you an inside look to what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week, Mercury enters Leo, and we also have the new moon in Cancer. But in case you missed it, last week we had the very last bonus episode of our series dedicated to planetary returns. We talked about solar returns. So if you want to know more about that, then definitely check out last week's episode before diving into this one.
And just to give you a heads up, next week we will tell you everything that you need to know about Venus in Leo and how it affects you.
With that being said, let's dive into the episode. Mercury enters Leo on Tuesday, July 2nd at 8:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. What you need to know. Mercury is the planet of communication, and when it enters the fire sign of Leo, you'll find that your communication style becomes very bold, confident, and you're feeling a little bit more creative. It's going to be a lot easier for you to express yourself in a way that can really capture people's attention, and your words will, as a result, carry more weight. So the things that you say will leave more of a lasting impression on other people that you're speaking with.
How this affects you. Leo is known for its very charismatic energy and for being a leader. So while Mercury's in Leo, your communication will be more persuasive and impactful. You might be more drawn to storytelling, sharing your ideas with others, and hosting events or gatherings. This is a good time for public speaking, pitching any new projects or ideas, and to engage in any form of creative self-expression.
So why this matters. Leo energy is known to be one that is confident in the spotlight. During this transit, you might notice that your confidence is boosted and you're able to really take charge in both social and professional situations and even get acknowledgement or recognition for your ideas and your efforts. So this is definitely a good time to showcase your talents and let your voice be heard.
Something you might not know is that there will be an upcoming Mercury retrograde that starts in the sign of Virgo and will eventually move back into Leo. This retrograde is going to bring challenges in communication in areas that deal with Virgo energy, like being precise and detailed, and then Leo energy once it enters that sign, where you are being asked to be more expressive and bold. Be prepared for there to be misunderstandings or delays around that time, and also for your thoughts to be a little bit more reflective as you revisit and refine your communication strategies.
If you are wondering how long this Mercury and Leo transit lasts, it is going to be a little bit complicated since there is a Mercury retrograde in the middle of it. And per usual, we'll talk more about the retrograde in greater detail once we get closer, since it doesn't happen until Leo season. So we've got some time. But for now, you'll have Mercury and Leo between July 2nd and July 25th when Mercury enters Virgo on July 25th at 6:42 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Mercury retrograde will begin on August 5th at 12:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that could be August 4th depending on where you are in the world. The Mercury retrograde will retrograde into Leo on August 14th at 8:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then station direct in Leo on August 28th at 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then finally, Mercury will re-enter Virgo on September 9th at 2:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, we'll cover more about the retrograde in upcoming episodes, but for now, if you were just wondering when the Mercury and Leo energy lasts, now you have that information.
And per usual, certain signs will be affected more than others. The signs that are most affected by Mercury in Leo are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio placements. By placements, we mean Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars placements only.
Now, there are some other key dates you're going to want to pay attention to. These are the aspects that Mercury will make while it's in Leo. The first is on July 3rd. Mercury will be opposite Pluto. This can bring some intensity to your communication, where you might find that you're more willing to uncover certain truths, get to the bottom of something, or you might be dealing with some power struggles in your communication. So it's going to be really important that when you're talking with others, that you're striving to be as honest and transparent as possible to avoid any tricky situations.
And then on July 8th, Mercury will be sextile Jupiter. This is a positive aspect that's going to enhance your optimism and mental clarity. You might find that there's new opportunities for growth coming your way, learning, and also new perspectives. This makes it a good time to make plans with others, seek advice, and to broaden your horizons.
And then on July 9th, Mercury will trine the North Node. This aspect can help align your communication and thoughts with your path in life. So this is a good day to seek insight or guidance that could lead you closer to achieving your goals or aspirations in your life. This might be a day where you're noticing more synchronicities. So if you're into things like angel numbers, it's something to keep your eye out for. And it's going to be important that you trust your intuition to guide you in the right direction during that day.
So this next key date is not an aspect, but it is a very important date to remember. On July 16th, Mercury retrograde pre-shadow will begin. This is when you start to notice some of the retrograde energy beginning. You might start seeing delays or having miscommunication around this time. So it's really important that you pay attention to the different themes and things that come up because it's foreshadowing what is to come during the retrograde.
And then lastly, on July 21st, Mercury will square Uranus, which could bring some unexpected changes or disruptions in your day-to-day. On one side of things, though, you might be experiencing just sudden realizations or breakthroughs, but at the same time, you could also be feeling really restless and want to rebel as a result. So it's going to be important that you are flexible and open-minded and just be prepared for any surprises in your interactions with people. So the next thing that happens this week is the new moon in Cancer. This happens on July 5th at 6:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you need to know. The new moon in Cancer marks a new beginning in regards to our emotional cycle. Cancer is a water sign that is ruled by the moon, and it is associated with themes of home environment, family and close loved ones, and emotional security. So this is a great time to be setting intentions related to your emotional well-being and your personal life.
How this affects you. Cancer's nurturing energy will encourage you to focus more on self-care and nurturing the people that you care about. You might feel a stronger connection to your home and the people that are important to you. Your energy during this time will be more focused on creating a supportive and comfortable environment for yourself and others. Because it's a new moon, it's also a good time to start any projects that will enhance your sense of security and belonging.
So why this matters. Cancer's influence during a new moon really puts an emphasis on the importance of starting fresh in areas that impact your emotions, your heart. So this is a time to reconnect with your inner self and address any emotional needs or unresolved issues. This might feel like a lot if you're someone who normally tends to stay away from our emotions. This new moon is encouraging you to build that solid foundation for your emotional life and make sure that your emotional needs are met and not ignored.
Something you might not know is that the moon is domicile in Cancer, meaning that it feels it's most at home and comfortable in that sign. When the new moon happens in Cancer, this means that the energy will be very strong. So, this will enhance your intuition, emotional connection, and nurturing instincts. You might find that it's easier to tap into your feelings and to empathize with others, which makes it a good time for healing and open up to deepen your relationships.
Certain signs are affected more than others. Those are going to be Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra. And per usual, that is for personal placements only. So Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, and or Mars placements. Now, there are some aspects to this new moon that make this a little bit more interesting. The first is that the new moon is loosely conjunct Venus, which can emphasize our relationships and our creative side, making this a good new moon for building connections and expressing your feelings, whether that be through artistic projects or in conversations with others.
This new moon will also be sextile Mars, which is going to bring a lot of energy, drive, and passion to the intentions that you set during this new moon. You might feel more motivated to pursue your goals, and your confidence will be heightened. This makes it a good time to initiate any new projects, take risks, and to assert your independence.
The new moon will also trine Saturn, which can add some feelings of stability and discipline, as well as structure to the things that you might be setting intentions around, making this a good time for committing to your goals and seeking to have long-lasting achievements. This is a great time to be making those plans, setting boundaries, and taking any practical steps towards the intentions that you are setting.
And lastly, the sun and moon will be square the nodes. This is the only challenging aspect, but it will be very intense because the nodes do deal with our path and purpose in life. You might find that as you are setting new goals and intentions that you feel torn between past habits and what's familiar and the goals that you set for yourself in the future. It's important that you stay focused on the intentions that you set for yourself and trust that things will work out as they are meant to.
And that is it for this week's episode. Next week, we'll be talking all about Venus entering Leo. So make sure that wherever you're listening to the podcast, you're subscribed with the notifications turned on so you don't miss when we post next week. But that is all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.